Glukov, the winner of Adrian Poputea or Jonathan Pasi.
And now, this is the last quarterfinal. In the blue corner, from Romania, Adrian Poputea.
So Adrian Poputea coming to the ring, 27 years of age, from the Bacau boxing gym, and a very decent amateur record. He won 100, lost 30, and scored 42 wins inside the limit. Former Romanian cadet champion in 2001, and senior champion, by the way, from 2005 all the way to 2011. That is 7 times undefeated Romanian amateur champion, and that takes some doing, Richie.
That's not bad at all, because the Romanians are known for their amateur boxing, produce excellent amateurs, and they've got a great tradition of amateur boxing in Romania, so yeah, he must have some talent.
Indeed. Well, he's up against a very experienced professional here.
Jonathan Pasi.
And Jonathan Pasi is, well, he's slightly heavier. He's a year older, and he is a bit taller. Comes to the Energy Gym in Euskirchen. Apparently former World Boxing Union champion as a professional fighter. He's fought 5 12-rounders in his time, but Richie, I've got to say that I think that's thoroughly against him here in a 3-round sprint.
Well, this is it. I mean, if he is a seasoned 12-round man, then he's got to adjust to the 3 rounds. I think he's certainly lacking in confidence, I think, Steve, walking to the ring.
Yeah, very shy man, isn't he? As a pro, by the way, won 22, scored 8 knockouts, lost 24, got knocked out himself 10 times, and drew 2 in 48 outings as a professional. He once was outscored over 12 rounds by Timo Hoffmann, very decent amateur, decent German professional. Kickboxing, he won 31, lost 4, drew 1.
Wearing a blue trunk.
Hard to pick these two.
95 kilos. From Romania, Adrian Poputea.
So Adrian Poputea, who is probably Richie Woodall's pick here, knowing what we know about Romanian boxing.
In the red corner, coming from Germany, wearing a black trunk. Weighing at 96 kilos, Jonathan Pasi.
So Jonathan Pasi then, as Richie has already said, a very shy man.
And the referee is still Mr. Steve Smoger.
Indeed it is, Stevie Smoger, our referee. So we're up against a very experienced individual here in Pasi, or the very experienced and very decent Poputea as an amateur.
Good amateur record.
I think an amateur record and an amateur style over a professional will take the odds here over 3 rounds, Rich.
Over 3 rounds, I would totally agree. But you never know, do you?
The last quarterfinals, 3 minutes, 3
So
rounds.
here we go then. Round 1 of the scheduled 3. Don't forget the winner of this one will take on Konstantin Glukov in the next bout, the 2nd semi-final. So Adrian Poputea in the blue shorts against Jonathan Pasi of Germany. Well, Poputea very straight-backed. And that may be to his detriment, Richie Woodall.
Yeah, he is very upright, isn't he? Poputea. Straight away, certainly counter-punching on the front foot. He's actually waiting for Pasi to throw a shot, and then he's stepping in with those counters.
Well, he's either a very, very good fighter, or the depth of heavyweights in Romania is pretty poor. We'll have to wait and see. Well, he certainly doesn't have a great deal of power here, Poputea. Well, lands a decent right, but no effect here on Pasi. Well, Pasi looks pretty comfortable, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's moving his head well. He's beat Poputea to the punch several times. Poputea, for me, is a typical Eastern European amateur, the old Eastern European style, very upright, good counter-punching skills, but light puncher.
Yes, absolutely, no power whatsoever. And there's an old saying, of course, that he can't break an egg, as the saying goes. And that's probably quite true. Having said that, Richie, I wouldn't write him off just yet.
You wouldn't fancy a right hand off him, Steve?
No, I wouldn't. No.
Nor me.
But the problem he'd have is hitting you in the first place.
Well, that's good head movement from Pasi there. I'd like to see a little bit more of that. Maybe punch off that also. Maybe target the left hook. Try and avoid the jab from Poputea. Slip it to your left and then throw that hook. There you go. There's the slip there. So we just need a hook from him now.
Well, he's a seasoned professional fighter, Jonathan Pasi. But, you know, you wonder, at 28, you know, he's by no means a sold-out fighter. At 28, you know, you'd have thought he'd been a bit livelier than this, wouldn't you, Richie?
That wasn't too far away. I think, Steve, he's gaining in confidence in this round, Pasi. He knows he's up against... He's very experienced, remember, and he knows he's up against someone who is a relatively light puncher, so he's trying to get to him now. He's actually walking forward, trying to slip those shots and land the bigger punches.
Yes, but another point we made earlier, of course, is you know, having been a seasoned 12-round fighter, how is he going to react? You know, when the bell goes after 3, you know, you've got to start like a train, haven't you? Well, at the end of the first round, I've got a feeling that Poputea may have nicked that one, you know.
I'm going the other way, Steve. I'm going Pasi.
All right, I'm going to call a level then. You change your mind?
No, I'm going definitely Pasi.
Okay. Well, I'm going to call that one a level round. So there he is then. That's Jonathan Pasi, 28-year-old German, and there is Adrian Poputea, a 27-year-old Romanian from the Bacău boxing gym. And as I say, he comes into this with a very good amateur record, 100 wins, 30 defeats, 40 knockouts to his credit, and 7-time Romanian champion. Cadet champion in 2001 and 2005 to 2011. He's won it 7 times on the trot.
I remember a great Romanian fighter in the 90s, early 90s. His second name was Vastag.
Oh, yes.
He was a world champion.
Is it Damian Vastag?
Oh, he was unbelievable, Steve. Fantastic body puncher. Terrific fighter.
Absolutely. So round 2 it is. I never had the pleasure of facing a Romanian. The nearest I got to it was when I fought the Hungarian champion in Sweden donkeys years ago. 3 times Hungarian champion. Now, they were something, weren't they?
Yeah, the Hungarians were brilliant. I remember they used to be trained back in the 80s by the great Laszlo Papp.
Absolutely. 3-time Olympic champion.
Yeah, so they were terrific amateurs as well.
Ask me how I got on.
How'd you do?
I won.
Good lad.
Anyway, back to the action here. And don't forget, we're looking at in the blue shorts, the light punching Adrian Poputea in action, of course, against Jonathan Pasi of Germany. And, well, I've changed my thinking, actually. I've got Poputea winning the first round, and I think you got Pasi winning it, didn't you, Richie?
Yeah, it wasn't a lot in the round. Not a lot from both fighters caught my eye, actually. But for me, Pasi going forward just nicked it for me.
Fair enough. And I've gone the other way. And will again if Poputea can keep this up. Now, what's the problem? Shoelace undone. We don't like to see that, do we? We were talking earlier, sorry, Rich, we were talking earlier about when you fought Keith Holmes for the title.
Yeah.
A wicked puncher, wasn't he?
He was a deceptive puncher, Steve. He had a great left uppercut, which I felt on several occasions, but he was very awkward, very underrated world champion Keith Holmes.
Absolutely.
And eventually I think he was beaten by Bernard Hopkins, who is a Premier League fighter, yeah.
Absolutely, still.
Yeah, still going.
So just to remind you once again then, Jonathan Pasi in the red and black shorts, the German fighter in action here against Adrian Poputea, looking for the chance to take on Konstantin Glukov in the second semi-final. For me, well, I think the better work is being done by Poputea, although it's very light.
Well, certainly in this round, Poputea, he's commanding on that back foot. Pasi, he's not quick enough with the feet. He's inaccurate with the shots. Good head movement, but there's nothing coming from that. That's what I'd like to see more of, that head movement, and then whipping those hooks and that right hand over the top maybe. But he knows he's in against a light puncher. His corner will have told him, get up to him, get up to your man and whip the shots over the top. But the accuracy's not there. There's that left hook, right hand, again, missing the target.
Yes, and you know, he can absolutely walk straight through Poputea, but he's, you know, tactically, he's not built that way, is he?
No. Oh, lovely 1-2 there from Poputea. Rare occasion when Pasi just stopped moving his head there. He was in the firing line and he was hit there with a good 1-2 combination. But better work from Poputea in this round, all on the back foot. He's quite content to sit there and just bring his man onto the shots. Whips one downstairs also. Pasi, for me, he's not throwing enough. Got to throw more combinations rather than the singles.
Well, there's the bell to end another decent round, I think, for Adrian Poputea. I've got him winning 2018. Richie, I think you've got him winning 2019, haven't you? No, level.
I've got it level now.
And I just remember the name of the Hungarian champion I beat.
Go on, Steve.
Laszlo Fodor. So if you're listening, Laszlo, hello. That was 1976, I think.
1976.
Goodness me. Anyway.
The year of the hot summer.
Yeah, was it just, yes. So we got one round to go then. I've got Poputea winning the first couple. Richie's got him dead level now. So the winner of the last round will take the verdict. And I've got a feeling here it's going to be Poputea. And don't forget, he'll be facing Glukov in the next bout, if indeed that is true. But, of course, we wait to see.
Well, Pasi should come out, Steve, like a whirlwind in this last round. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't.
Yes, Jonathan Pasi has not, we don't believe anyway, used tactically. His tactical nous has been letting him down, I think, a wee bit here. But like you said, Richie, and he's doing exactly what you said he should. He's come out very quickly here, catching Poputea now with decent shots. But I don't think Pasi's much of a digger either, is he?
No, he's not, unfortunately. Very flat-footed. Moving that head well, that's a little bit better, but they all just seem to be single shots. For me, more combinations have got to be thrown. 2s, 3s, 4s would probably have more of an effect.
Like that. And that.
There's that left hook.
Well, they've told him he's behind.
At the start, didn't we? Just got to throw that left hook.
They've told him he's behind, and he's got to, you know, he's got work to do here. And they're right. And his approach is right now. But could it be, Richie, you know, one of those cases of not wishing to overdo things over the first couple of rounds?
Yeah.
But he's likely to wear himself out with this last round, isn't he?
Well, I think he started far too slow, Steve. Pasi in that first round.
And if you've ever wondered, by the way, what it's like to fight 3 times in one night or one day, Richie, you've been there. I've been there, and you know, it's not a major problem.
It's difficult.
And if you're fit, it's okay.
Oh, if you're fit, Steve, I see what you're saying now, Steve. So I'm watching the action here. Head movement's good again from Pasi. He's raised the tempo definitely in this last round.
Yes.
As Pasi.
I think he's just about got his nose in front. Although, having said that, Poputea beginning to come back now. And there's obviously something about Poputea to have racked up so many good wins and titles, of course, in his time. Very light puncher, though.
All straight punches as well from Poputea. But he's boxed better on the back foot these last couple of rounds.
You're going to go for Jonathan Pasi in this round, Richie?
I think this is a fairly even round. This is a good round, Steve. But for me, Pasi again. Just caught my eye a little bit more than what Poputea has.
Well, I'm still gonna go for Poputea. I think he's won that 30-28, and I think you've got him dead level, haven't you?
I've got them. I've got Pasi just winning it, Steve.
Okay,
actually.
fair enough. Right, well, I've gone for Poputea. You've gone for Pasi. Of course, we'll have to wait now for the official judges' scorecard. Our opinion doesn't count. Unfortunately.
No.
If it did, Richie, we'd be in right trouble here.
Yeah.
So we've just seen the fourth and final quarter-final. Don't forget the winner of this contest will take on Konstantin Glukov in the second semi-final. And we will also be having a backup contest between Lukas Zygmunt of Poland in action against Janis Ginters of Latvia. So that will be before the final. So we've got two semis, then that special contest, then of course the final. Still to come.
Body language is definitely better in Poputea's corner. Little tap from his coach. He's quite happy with the work.
Yeah, I think he's won it, Poputea.
Please, big applause. Please, football fighters. Thank you. Winner by unanimous decision and qualified for the semi-final, Adrian Poputea.
Yep, he's got through. So there you are then. Poputea will take on Konstantin Glukov. Well, the crowd didn't enjoy that, Richie.
Interesting.
Yeah, bad luck to Jonathan Pasi there of Germany. So we're going to have a look at the draw now to see who's who and what's what.